face of your favorite products today. I am gonna get ready. I shopped my stash for the products that y'all have requested me to use the most, have asked the most questions about, have told me that you love. I just, listen, I've been going through all the comments, everything, seeing what are y'all most interested in, what are you loving the most, what are you most curious about, and we're gonna get ready together today. So I shopped my stash for a bunch of things, and I have some new-ish things that y'all have been asking about, like the Lunar Beauty Moonshroom collection. I have the Adept Cosmetics Cyborg Choir Palette. Lots of products here in front of me that are your favorites. I have seen not just questions about this product, but when I ask about what products you love, so many of y'all have told me that you love the DeNessa Yummy Skin, what's it called? Like the Yummy Skin Balm, right? Balm. So I bought this, and if you've been with me for a little while, you know that I did not like this. I tried this product, I tried it so many times, and I just didn't like it. I did not get the hype. I saw a video from DeNessa, and she was really pressing this into the model's face with a brush, and it was like a light bulb went off. I was like, let me pull that out again, and let me try it with the foundation brush. So I tried it, and I've been in love ever since, y'all. So this brush is clean. I used it for my foundation yesterday, but I've wiped it off. And what I do is I just kind of like press my brush in and then kind of like stipple this on the face. And I have to say, I love this. It's so good. It does everything that everybody says it will do. It controls oil, it mattifies without being a flat matte. I get the hype. I get the hype, y'all. It's Moprhe Light Form Foundation. So this is a hydrating foundation. And if you don't know, hey, my name is Heather. I'm makeup obsessed, but I have oily skin. I live in a very humid place. So hydrating foundations aren't always what I go for, but something about this foundation, I was just intrigued. And I will say this is a beautiful, glowy foundation on me. Very beautiful. I'm not ready to give my full review yet because I really want to put it to the test a little bit more, but every time I've used it, I've been loving it. And I do use this with a mattifying primer to help, you know, because I'm oily. I'm oily, but I do like to kind of embrace the glow and be a little dewy sometimes. So we're gonna use this today. I'm in 17W, which is tan with olive undertones. Perfect for me. You can see I have a little bit of redness in my face, a little bit of irritation. The allergies, they're getting me, okay? They are getting me. So we want to cover up the redness. This foundation from Moprhe is a medium buildable coverage foundation. That's what they claim, and they say that it's like a natural glowy finish, and I do find that to be the case. Now for me, I love a medium coverage, so I like that, but I also can build it up in the areas where maybe I want a little more coverage depending on the day. I feel like this foundation is glowy without being greasy. It just looks very glowy, like, oh, she eats a lot of broccoli and, you know, citrus fruits and drinks a lot of water, you know, like that kind of healthy. Just a little glowy, but really pretty. And I also really like this shade. Now we're gonna add bronzer and stuff like that, so it's gonna match my body a little bit more. My face is always a little lighter than my body because of my Tetranoin use. We're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. This is a satin finish concealer, and with my foundation being a little more on the glowy side, I wanted to pick a concealer that's not like a matte finish. I wanted to pick something that's a little more like satin glowy, and then we'll go in with like a mattifying powder. But I'm just gonna put my concealer on, and this is actually my summer shade. This is Tan Sand, and this one has really nice olive undertones, but it's a little deep for me right now because we're not fully into summer here. So I'm gonna mix in just a little bit of my winter shade, which is light beige. And this one has a bit more of like a golden undertone, so it still works really nicely for me. So since y'all picked the primer and y'all picked the foundation, I wanted to make sure I went with a concealer that would complement it all well. So we did mattifying primer, glowy foundation, satin finish concealer. We're gonna do a mattifying setting powder because for me, I need to do that kind of combination when I'm doing glowy complexion products to make sure everything locks in for my skin, kind of like sandwich things in. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sandwiching the glow in between my matte primer and my matte setting powder so I can get things to last all day for me. I'm also going to just buff in a little bit of my Ben Nye powder to kind of finish things off on the rest of my face. So many of y'all have told me that your favorite bronzer is the Charlotte Tilbury Powder Bronzer. This is the airbrush bronzer. Listen, you have good taste because look at how much I love this. That is major pan. I love this bronzer. Obviously, I think Charlotte Tilbury does complexion products so well. So I was not surprised that a lot of y'all like me love this bronzer, and I really like how big the pan is because when I want to really like get in there and bronze up like I do today, I can take my big fluffy brush and just pick up all the bronzer I want. And you see, like I told you, the foundation was a little light, but once we're kind of like have our powder, concealer, our finishing powder, our bronzer, now everything's kind of come together. It's coming together. I'm going to very quickly fill in my brows and I'm going to set my brows and all of that. I've got to define these brows and then we're going to do shadow. We are going to play with the Adept Cosmetics Cyborg Choir. I am excited. I love Adept. You all know I love Adept Cosmetics. Adept Cosmetics is an indie brand, meaning they are an independently owned brand. They are a woman-owned brand, and they make gorgeous products. So their newest palette is Cyborg Choir. 5 mattes, and then we have 10 special shades. Multi-chromes, holochromes, like shifty shadows, shimmer shadow. I don't know all the names for the formulas, but it's full. It's full of special shadows, and I'm excited to play with it. I already uploaded a short with this palette, a little quick and easy look that I will, of course, show you here. And then I've already filmed 2 other looks with this palette that y'all will see coming next week. So make sure you subscribe, because I have more content coming with this palette. But we're gonna do a look today. I'm gonna zoom you in. We are gonna use the Kiss GlamLite Black and White Stage Makeup Base. I have never tried this product, but y'all know how excited I was for GlamLite Kiss. If you follow me on TikTok and Instagram, you already saw me post a little bit with this collection, and we'll definitely be playing with more of it still in the future. But since I know Adept eyeshadow formula so well, since I've swatched this palette, since I've already created several looks with this palette, I am going to use this new eyeshadow base from GlamLite and Kiss. If you have a light colored shadow, if you have a pastel, a neon, just anything that you really want to pop, using a white eyeshadow primer is really gonna let that shadow like live up to its full potential. So we're gonna use the white one, and I'm excited. Now, this is probably not the best day for me to be doing my makeup because I am having like some peeling on my eyelid. I told y'all I've been going through it. My allergies have been out of control. My eyes have been so irritated. I let y'all know like earlier, like I had a migraine earlier, as in like a few days ago, and my skin always swells, and it is what it is. So my eyelids actually, like, the skin is really dry, but I don't care. Like, I don't care that my lids are peeling. We're gonna create a gorgeous look, but just FYI, I started with that white eye primer, and now I've got that beautiful purple matte shadow kind of going all in my socket, above, below, just messily going on. We started with this purpley shade. Now I really want to incorporate this blue and then this more like grape raspberry type color, and we're gonna just kind of go with our special shades after we get those mattes down. I'm just pressing the blue matte under my lower lash line, and then once I have it pressed on, I will buff and blend. I did bring a little bit of that white eyeshadow base underneath my lower lash line, so this blue is going right on top of that primer. Now we're going in with that deeper kind of purpley berry tone, and I want to keep it right in the outer part of the lid, kind of up and out to kind of give some depth to the outer part of our lid, but I'm bringing it off my lid too. So I'm bringing it way out here, away from my eye, to just kind of like create this type of shape. And I'm gonna press and then blend to get that nice and pigmented, and hopefully by pressing it and then blending lightly, I won't exaggerate any of the dry patches on my eyes today. Adding this ColourPop BFF Chrome Gel Liner. I love this so much. I'll list the shades, everything I talk about, everything I don't talk about. It'll be in the description box, okay? It'll all be there, but I'm loving those liners from ColourPop. Y'all are loving them too. You let me know how much you enjoy those. So I thought that would be pretty. And I was initially thinking that I was gonna use this like neon yellowy shade for our look, but I kind of like the way the like purples and the blues are going together. So I think we're just gonna go in with Binary Beat, this like hollow chrome. I kind of swatched it on the back of my hand. I know you already saw the swatches, but I kind of swatched it on the back of my hand to like help me make my decision. And this is like a blue purple with this holographic sparkle to it. I say sparkle. It's not pressed glitters. There are no pressed glitters in this palette. I'll definitely link to this down below so you can check it out, but it's not pressed glitters. You see that though? I just want to put this kind of like from the inner part of my lid and meet it up with the matte deeper shade that we have in the outer corner. I kind of just want to like put it everywhere. More is more. I'm going to use a fluffier brush. I'm going to pick the shadow up on my brush, spray my brush with a little setting spray just to help me minimize fallout, and then we'll apply it. I'm going to start by pressing the shadow off of my brush. So I'm just kind of pressing it where I want it to go first. I'm going to carry it up a little bit higher than my lid because I really want you to be able to see this shade when my eyes are open and everything like that. I want it to be like impactful. So you could definitely use a glitter glue, shimmer primer, something like that if you want. But I just sprayed my brush, and now that I've kind of got it all pressed off of my brush, I'm going to go in and blend a little bit, which will give me some fallout, but I'm really not that worried about it. I'll just wipe it away when I'm done. I want to use this shade. See, it's swatched on my inner corner. This is the shade Laser Lights. So I'm just going to pick that up on my brush. I'm not going to spray my brush or anything. I'm just going to kind of press this right here on the inner corner because I want it to be a little sheared out, you know, like I'm using a tapered fluffy brush from a Sigma set, and I don't want it to be like too intense because I want that holographic shimmer sparkle, whatever, to be the focus. And then since this is like an under eye powder, it's going to be like a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but it's a skin tone-esque shade. I'm going to put this where I brought up that white eyeshadow base to kind of soften it, because I don't want such a stark white line under my brow. I could have not carried up my eyeshadow base that high. Honestly, I could have kept it a little lower, but you know, sometimes you get carried away. So I'm just using another brush from my Sigma set and kind of fluffing this where the white primer is still showing. So you see, it's not a huge difference, but it is a difference. It's just a little bit of a softer blend over here. You can always do that with your face powders to kind of soften up, especially if you go in with a dramatic eyeshadow primer like I do. And yeah, it just kind of like softens it. It's still lighter, so I still kind of have a little bit of that like look. But, you know, I'm not picking up a ton of powder. I'm just like lightly going over that base. I am going to set my face with a little bit of setting spray before I move on to eyeliner. Y'all have been loving the new YSL mascara just as much as I have been. I talked about that in my last like speed review video and showed you kind of a before and after, but it's so incredibly good, y'all. So I'm going to put on a coat of that. I was planning to put on a false lash, but this mascara is just giving it to me. So we're going to skip false lashes today and move on to blush. Unsurprisingly, a lot of y'all were saying your favorite is the Too Faced Cloud Crush blush. I'm sure a lot of y'all like me picked these up while they were on sale. I'm going to use the shade Head in the Clouds. I think this is going to be really pretty with the eye look we have going on. And sometimes I love a like mauve-y toned blush with like my olive warm leaning skin. I think there's just such a pretty like contrast. I have 3 shades of this blush now. The first one I bought was the like really pinky one. I forget the name of it, but like the cool toned baby pink. And then I had to get more. I know I have the peachy one and then this one, and honestly I wish I had bought them all. Like I really like this formula. I think it's just so pretty, and it's called a blurring blush, like the Cloud Crush blurring blush, something like that. You know, these makeup brands, they like to give us like a mouthful for names, but it really does kind of like blur. Like it's very soft focus finish, very beautiful. And of course I'm blending it in with my Singe brush. I bought more Singe brushes during their sale. Y'all like me are excited about this Lunar Beauty collection. This actually came to me today, and we're definitely gonna play with the eyeshadow palette some, but look at this packaging of this highlighter palette. Now, let me just show you swatches. I know we don't like swatch highlighter on our face, but I do think swatches can help see the tones of the highlighter, things like that. We are going to go in with this gorgeous Lunar Beauty collection. Like, it's so pretty. I love this. I want to live here. I want to live under these mushrooms. And with our look today, I think we're going to keep like most of the emphasis on the eyes. And I just want to maybe not go in with the lightest shade here, but maybe go in with this shade here, Tink. I think that's gonna be really pretty. So I'm actually gonna grab that on another of my Singe brushes. Wow, okay. Hello, Lit From Within glow. Again, we're going for that she is so healthy type of look. Like, her skin is just so glowy, healthy. That is stunning, stunning. I'm really excited about these highlighters from Lunar Beauty because I have the Greek Goddess highlighter palette with the Medusa on the front, and it has been gone, discontinued, never came back for years. And I love that highlighter palette so much. So when I saw that Lunar Beauty was doing a highlighter palette, I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is what I have been waiting for. I'm gonna highlight the nose because I love it. I'm gonna highlight my Cupid's bow because I love it. You don't have to do that if you don't love it, but I love it. I'm so happy. Lunar Beauty, another highlighter palette. Like I'm honestly living my best. And as a part of that collection, we have new lip glosses. Now, if you didn't know, maybe you don't know me. Maybe you don't know my life and how much I love the Lunar Beauty lip glosses, but they are so like glossy, but they feel like watery on the lips. They don't feel thick. They don't feel goopy. They don't feel any of the bad things that we don't want to feel on our lips. Like they feel amazing. I remember I like bought one or two and I fell in love, and I went on the Lunar Beauty site and I bought every single one they had, and I love. Had Lunar Beauty not sent me this collection, I would have bought them all myself. I'm just letting you know. And I have a clear sparkly gloss. Love. But I think with the look today, what we're going to do is this like pink sparkle gloss. This is called Flora. Instead of doing a lip color underneath, I'm just going to do a lip liner. I'm going to do Doodle from Lunar Beauty. Let's gloss. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. That's like a milky pink. Oh, yeah. That is what I wanted to see, honestly. That is what I wanted. Wow. Stunning. Captivating. Oh, I'm so happy to have new shades in this formula that I love. Okay, here is our full face of your favorite products, which honestly, some of my favorite products too. I'm loving testing out some of the new things. I'm so glad that y'all are excited for some of the new things that I'm excited for. I absolutely loved shopping my stash, pulling through, like seeing what y'all are excited about, what y'all love, what your holy grails are, what you're interested in, and just creating a look. But hey, don't leave me. Hang out, binge watch, hang out with me. Let's make it a long session. I am going to be popping us videos right here. Click on one that you seem interested in, whichever looks best to you. Check out some of my other videos. Hang out with me. Let's have a good time talking makeup.